Today we're going to look at finding the mean from tables. You'll see three examples that we look at. The first one says the number of phones and the frequency. So what we want to find out is find out how many phones per person. Okay, so we start off with the table that you can see, and we're going to say number of phones, and we call that X. X represents the number of phones, and frequency, how many. So let's see if we can understand this table. Number of phones, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 1, 3, 2, 0, 4, 0. So what does this table tell us? Well, it says here that 3 people had 1 phone, 2 people had 2 phones, someone had no phone. So this table tells you how many phones per person, and I want to find the average. And I'm looking at the mean. Okay, there are different types of averages. We can look at the mode, the most common, the median, the middle one, but today we're looking at the mean from the table. So in order to do this, we need to get some bit algebra sorted out. Okay, don't get freaked by algebra. So if I want to find the mean, I want the total number. So I want the total number of phones, okay, all divided by the total number of people. Okay, so the total number of phones, all divided by the total number of people. Now these pens are a bit chunky. Can I do it using some algebra, make life easier? Well, yes, I can. So if I look at the table here, I can see here the total frequency. These are the total number of people. And I can say that's sigma f. Sigma means the total number, okay, total number of frequency. Now I need to work out how many phones there are altogether. Now to do that, I need to say, well, 3 people have 1 phone, so that's 3 phones. 2 people have 2 phones, so that's 4 phones. Because 2 people have 2 phones, that's 2 lots of 4. 2 lots of 2 rather, etc. So what am I doing there? What am I doing there? Let's look at this one. 4 people have 4 phones. How many phones altogether? How many phones altogether? Hopefully, you'd be working out going, well, actually, if I multiply these two together, I get the total number of phones per row. So yeah, let's create another column. And this column, we're going to call it fx. The frequency times the x, the number of phones. So 1 times 0, you get 0, 3, 4, 0, 16, and 0. So this tells us the total number of phones, the total number of phones. And so what I want to do is, to work out the average, I need the total number of phones here, and I want to divide that by the total number of people, the total number of people. So to do that, I need to add up this row here, this column here. Let's see my number bond. Those two make 5, those two make 5, that's overall 10. And now this one here, 16 and 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. So therefore, the mean number of phones per people is the total number of phones, 23, divided by the total number of people, 2.3. So that's our first example. Let's wipe this off and we go for our second example. Okay, so all these you can see on the screen, hopefully, and this recording will be speeded up, so you can always reduce the speed if you want to. The pitch will stay the same. So let's look at this one. Here, it's a number of pets. How many people? How many pets per person? So this time we're doing it in 2 rows. And it says here, the number of pets, let's call that X, and then the frequency, how many they have. So put that out, there are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, 1 people, 0. And this tells you how many pets. Okay, so 5 people have 0 pets, 8 people have 1 pet, 7 people have 2 pets, 5 people have 3 pets, and 2 people have 4 pets. Now I want to know, it says here that question is, we're just looking at the mean part, okay? We're just trying to find the mean. So question F, find the mean number of pets owned by each student. The rest of the questions we're going to be doing at another session, but not today. So in order to do that, I need to know how many people there were. This row here, sigma f, tells you how many people. If I add that together, that number bond, so that's 10, 27. And then I need to know how many pets there were. Now to do that, I need to multiply the number of pets per people. And that's fx here. So 0, 8, 14, 15, and 8. This tells me the total number of pets, the total number of pets. So if I add that together, I get 22 plus the 8 is 30, 45. And I just check that again, 22, 30, 45. Brilliant. Now, to find the mean, I divide the total number of pets by the total number of people. And I can use my calculator here, because this could be quite complicated. Did my calculator, I come to 1.6 recurring, 1.67. So that's the number of pets per person. Now let's go for example 3. Bit more of a challenge. So question 3, you should see on the screen, number of children, number of days. So it says here, the table shows the number of children absent from a class each day during June. So here we go, here's our table. So it's good to copy these tables out when you're trying these questions. It says the number of children, and they've actually said it's X, and the number of days, F. And let's just look at it. It says here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, this column here is the number of children. So 5 children were absent so many days, 4 children were absent so many days, etc. This column is the number of days. So 3 days, 1 child was absent. 5 days, 2 children were absent. 4 days, 3 children. 4 days, 4 children, and 2 days, 5 children. So to find the mean number of children absent per day, I need to find out the total number of days absent divided by the number of days. So the total number of days is actually fx. So I need to multiply these two together. So 1 times 3, 3, 10, 12, 16, and 10. And if I add this together, this is a total number of days not in school. So I go 10, 20, 30, 40, 46, 48, 51. So this is 51, and these are the total number of days. So number bond if I can, 5, 8, 10, 18. Okay, 18 days in June there. So to find the mean number, what we do is we say the total number divided by the total number of days. So that's 51 divided by 18, and that will give us our mean. And so you can use your calculator, and you should come out with 2.83. And it says to 1 decimal place. That's 3 is a low number, so it doesn't change the 8, it stays as 2.8. And that's how you find the mean number from tables. Hope it's helped.